Alright, so my name's Hunter Tomeski. I'm known as Hunter in game, HNTR, and I've been playing Rocket League since 2016. Just started off with a mate on the laptop, and just since then I've always liked the game, the competitive part of it. I think it's the game closest to a real sport, so I've always connected with it, and since then I've just been trying to go pro, and here we are. Yeah, so I played most sports throughout my life, but I think the sport I've been best at has been soccer. I played at a club level, school level, bit of representative as well, and I played that all up until this year. So it's definitely a sport I've been with like my whole life. But yeah, giving it up for Rocket League now. So last year was my first season in the RLCS. I think around 13, I realised I could actually go professionally, and that I had to wait till I was 15 because that was the age requirement back then. I started off on the Lake Show. We were a bubble team, but we actually came second in my first regional. And after that, I got picked up by the Kansas City Pioneers, and we ended up making a major in San Diego. We won a regional, and then we also qualified for the wildcard portion of Worlds. But throughout the season, I had a few commitment troubles. I was still playing sport with soccer, and that with RLCS conflicted a bit. They had a time change, but seeing what it was really like at Worlds, like the fans and just the love people have for the game, kind of showed me how much I want to do it. So I had a conversation with my parents, and we reckon we're going to go full steam into Rocket League. So I stepped away from soccer, and yeah, for this next season, I'm just going all in. Yeah, so the OC roster shuffle is kind of a notorious thing, and I think there's not a single team in OC which stayed the same this off-season. But once the Pioneers, which I was on, we kind of disbanded, I was on the look for a new team, and I ended up trying with Lockie and Gus, and just straight away I knew that we all had the same vision for how we want to play, we all had the same goals, and we all had the same commitment. So after that, we just got straight to work. So our goal as a team is to bring OC to the top on an international stage. I think Chiefs, being one of the few OC orgs to ever properly compete internationally, they had that legendary top 4 run. I think it means a lot to us to actually represent them how they've been represented in the past. So our goal is to obviously conquer OC, but also compete on the international level. Yeah, so when we were first looking around for an organisation to represent, and we got the message back from Chiefs that they would be interested, we kind of all dropped every other org. For OC, Chiefs is a legacy org. Every team, whether they'll say it or not, would prefer to represent Chiefs. So when we got that message, I think we were just excited, and we wanted to keep it to ourselves, of course. I think like for the region, it's kind of a big thing to have a big org coming back in who's one of the premier organisations, not just in Australia, but throughout the whole region. So for everyone, we're just excited, to be honest. I think the limited people that already kind of figured out that would be on Chiefs were just as hyped when the actual announcement came out, and that kind of says it all. I think usually like org announcements, unless you're actually involved with the team, they can be a bit a breeze, but I think for Chiefs, it's more than just that they picked us up, it's also that Chiefs are just back. So for everyone in OC, it was kind of a cool thing to see. Yeah, so LVP's been a coach for 2 seasons now. He started off with Renegades, had CJ, Kami, Fever, and they actually competed really well at Worlds. They made the main event, only OC team so far to make the Worlds main event. They had big wins on the international stage. Then he moved over to APAC the next season with Elevate, stayed with Kami. And they actually, I'd say, overperformed given what people would expect. So I think just seeing that he's able to bring his teams together, squeeze as much as he can out of them, especially where we do want to perform, which is at Worlds, at Majors. I think he just offers a bit of experience to us, leadership, and just going to help us out when we go overseas. Yeah, so I think the most important one for us is the Astro A50X by Logitech. You know, it's got the microphone nice and crisp for the comms. It's good on the ears, nice and comfortable. You know, a lot of settings. You can change the balance from between comms and your game. You know, if you listen to music, you can change that as well. Just all around a comfortable headset, clear comms, which is really important to have trust in your teammates, and yeah, it's good. yeah, shout out to all the fans, my parents, my teammates, everyone at Chiefs, the whole organisation. I'm just excited to represent them this season. Love to see how far we can go.